Up on tonight's biggest stories.
Yeah, this is the evening news on ABC 13. Investigators still looking for a person of interest after that shooting scare at Memorial City Mall over the weekend.
ABC 13's Steve Campion spoke with one shopper today who hopes he's found soon.
Right now, the search is still very much on. The Houston police say the minute that they ID this man, they're going to blast it out on social media.
The Sunday chaos at Memorial City Mall won't fade soon from this mother's memory. She, along with other shoppers, want the man responsible arrested ASAP.
I couldn't hear very clearly what he was saying, but then after that, he's just, I saw people running, and all I could think of was getting my daughter out of there.
This is the photo HPD blasted out on social media. It's clearly a young man with blonde hair wearing a green shirt. Investigators say he's the one who jumped on a table, threatened to kill himself, and threw a black bag to the ground. The bizarre behavior prompted fears inside the mall and sent people running for their safety, including young children.
Again, HPD asking the public, anyone with information on that man's identity, to call them. If he's found, he could face a felony charge of making a terroristic threat. In Memorial City, Steve Campion, 13 Eyewitness News.
And ahead of the return to school, thousands of kids are out in the elements preparing for the 2019 school year.
ABC 13's Nick Notario explains how Klein ISD is protecting football players and band members from the heat.
The Klein-Cain High School football team has been out here for a few hours, and there are a number of measures in place to help them when it comes to the heat. They can come over here, help themselves to a drink of water. They even have one of these air chillers where they can come and take a break. But as we discovered, this isn't the only school district making changes this week because of the heat. There was an unwelcome glare from above as Klein-Cain High School football players made their way onto the field today, with temps soaring into the triple digits. These water breaks were as important as the drills the players put themselves through.
The most important thing is student safety. We can't have a good team or a good band if our kids are ill and not feeling well.
Klein ISD says it worked with local health experts to develop a heat strategy, a plan that impacts not only athletics but the band as well. This week, practices are starting earlier and later to beat the heat.
Once it gets up to like air temperature of over 105, then the teachers have the latitude to make sure that practice is canceled or very, very shortened and work inside.
HISD says it has plans in place to reduce kids' exposure in the extreme heat. Katy ISD will adjust practices to mornings and late afternoons. At Clear Creek ISD, officials are monitoring the temps and will pull students from outside if it gets too extreme. At Klein ISD, the district says coaches go through first aid training and look for students who are struggling with the heat. They also say it's important for parents to be vocal as well and make sure they speak up if they're concerned about the weather.
We're all in this together to take care of kids, and the more we communicate, the better, especially when it comes to student safety in the heat.
Well, you do see some football players outside. One thing you do not hear right now, any of the instruments. That's because the marching band is practicing indoors. Because of the heat, though, the plan is to move them outdoors a little later tonight. In Klein, Nick Notario, ABC 13 Eyewitness News.
Okay, well, let's talk about the dangerous heat across southeast Texas right now.
Yes, after several days of triple-digit temperatures, we may finally fall below the century mark, but Chief Forecaster David Tillman joins us to talk about whether or not that really brings relief. David?
Yeah, the thing that's been responsible for giving us all of this heat is this heat ridge centered now just to the west of us. It'll continue moving on to the west, so the farther west it goes, the less chance you'll have of having triple-digit heat. I think we'll just do it one more time coming up on Wednesday, and then we're done. But it's still going to be so humid out there that feels like temperatures are still going to be way up there. I'll show that to you in just a moment. Here's some relief coming over the next couple of days. First, a front will get close to us on Wednesday to help spark some storms, and then the disturbance will be moving in as we head into the weekend, so scattered showers and thunderstorms will return for then. As we look at the hour-by-hour forecast coming up for your Wednesday, 86 at 9, 93 by noontime, 100 at 3. By 3 o'clock, we'll have a 30% chance for thunder shower. That increases to about a 60% chance as we get into tomorrow evening. What about that heat? Well, triple digits one more time. That'll be 7 days in a row coming up for your Wednesday. And then high temperatures will only be in the mid-90s, but with all that humidity out there, it feels like temperatures is still going to be close to the danger mark all the way into this weekend, guys.
All right, David, thank you for that. Stay with us.
And we'll be back in 30 seconds.
It's an international supermodel. What are you talking about?
That is me.
I think I was 5 years old here.
This was probably before 2nd or 3rd grade.
Sort of tried to flatten my hair out.
Probably about 10 years old.
But back then, my mom didn't know the trick to use gel.
Just got braces for the first time.
It was a double-breasted suit with the red bow tie.
You see those chiseled features? She just sort of like used one of those like really painful brushes.
I literally wanted to wear it to school every day, according to my mom.
Good stuff there. Well, police still looking for an attempted carjacker who may have left his victim forever handicapped.
Now, the man jumped on the hood of the vehicle after seeing the suspect get behind the wheel while his wife was still in the car. ABC 13's Marla Carter spoke with neighbors of the couple.
This is where the man jumped on top of the hood of the car here at a Valero in southwest Houston. From there, the robber drove several blocks before crashing into a minivan.
Cell phone video shows the horrific crash. The robber drove straight into Nelson Ventura's lane, hitting his van. Ventura says he saw Orlando Balazar Perez on the hood just moments before the robber hit his van. Ventura says Ballister's legs were badly hurt. He and his wife went to the hospital. Ventura did too to be checked out. He says he's sore. Ballister is a maintenance worker at his apartment complex, where he's a friendly face.
He says hi to everybody, like, hey, how's everybody doing? You know, he has a good personality, spirit. He's very happy, outgoing person.
His neighbors were shocked and saddened by the news.
He rescued his life for him because him and for her for protection.
Now they just hope the suspect is caught. He's described as a black man in his 20s with a husky build, between 200 and 240 pounds. He was wearing a white and black do-rag and has long dreadlocks, and was last seen wearing a black and white shirt. Everyone is just praying for Ballister and his family.
He's a good guy. He's a good, hardworking man.
Marla Carter, ABC 13 Eyewitness News.
End all traffic deaths in Houston by 2030. That's the goal of the executive order signed by Houston Mayor Sylvester Turner.
Yes, Houston now one of several cities across the country in what's called the Vision Zero campaign. Mayor Turner calls the plan ambitious, but says traffic deaths are preventable and that even one death is too many. According to TxDOT, there were 197 traffic deaths in Houston last year. The mayor says reaching zero deaths can happen through several efforts, including data and stronger enforcement. HPD Traffic Enforcement Commander Kenneth Campbell says that they've already started collecting data on a bi-weekly basis to look for trends and dangerous areas.
We'll do red light enforcement on particular areas, or we'll do speed enforcement on particular areas, and we'll deploy our DWI task force, our solo motorcycle division, our radar task force, and our commercial motor vehicle unit as well to go out there and conduct enforcement.
Campbell says they're also working to increase education in the community, from wearing seat belts to knowing all the rules of the roadways.
Well, speaking of the roadways, let's take a look just ahead here of a total closure I want to let you know about. This is on the 610 West Loop. This is starting tonight and will go through Sunday from 9 p.m. tonight until 5 p.m. So something to take a look at if you're going to be in the westbound 290 connector ramp. Also, if we're going ahead and making plans, there we go, I'm getting excited, getting ahead of myself, making plans for the weekend, a total closure to let you know about. This will be on 59 from South Rice to New Castle, again Friday. That will start from 9 p.m. until 5 a.m. on Monday. Your alternate there is Richmond. And, you know, if you're trying to get up to date on any traffic conditions, especially those weekend closures, so you can make your weekend plans, don't forget to just go to abc13.com/traffic. We keep all the updated information there. And also, why don't you join us on Facebook on Houston Traffic Haters, where we also try to keep all of those closures and any other information you need to know so you can get around safely, and just be sure to drive it safe tonight.
All right, Bree, thank you, and thank you for getting caught up on the evening news.
Yes, and be sure to join us tonight at 10 on ABC 13. Good night.